everybody, I'm Lara Trump coming to you from Studio 45 at Trump Tower in New York City. In Donald Trump's America, anyone has the chance to right their wrongs, and if you believe in yourself, anything is possible. Joining me is a former gang member and a rising YouTube sensation, Kingface. Kingface, welcome.
How are you?
Great to have you. We are so excited to get you here at Trump Tower in our studio today because you have been such an incredible supporter of this president. And I just want to introduce people a little bit to who you are. Take a look.
Well, guess what? I'm the threat. Be the smart black man that don't care about your lives. So you say he's not doing anything for the people right now as the president of the United States? Lowest black unemployment, lowest Asian unemployment, lowest Latino unemployment, $100 billion towards black communities. First step back, jail reform bill, stock market has an all-time high. Best economy we've ever had. These are all facts. You can Google it right now.
Okay. That is just a very small clip of exactly what we see from you. You have an awesome, awesome YouTube channel. People should check you out if they haven't seen you. Tell me a little bit about your background, about your story, and why you're supporting Donald Trump.
Yeah, I was born in Dade County, Miami. I left there with my father at 3 months old and moved to Brooklyn, New York, where I stayed there till I was 18. Got into some trouble, so I ended up having to move to Queens, and I've lived there ever since.
And so people, I think, who don't know you are really excited whenever they see this hat.
Yeah.
They hear the kind of things that you're talking about when it comes to this president. Why did you decide to support Donald Trump? Have you always been a supporter? What was the story with that?
Well, I've always been a fan of Donald Trump. I don't know who wasn't until recently.
That's a good point, by the way. Thank you for saying that, because so many people tend to forget he's in rap songs. People were constantly saying, like, Donald Trump is the epitome of the American dream.
Most definitely.
But I appreciate that. Okay, so you always liked him.
I've always liked Donald Trump. I always thought he was cool. I mean, he's a Gemini like me. I'm a Gemini, so I got a personal attachment to that. But like I said, when he decided to run for president, at first I thought he was like joking. I'm like, oh, this is another marketing strategy.
A lot of people thought that.
I mean, he's a genius when it comes to marketing. So, it was expected. But when I started listening to his rallies and seeing him speak, and he started talking about America first and winning, and I love that winning thing. I love that. So the more, because it's a positive outlook for people to actually have that mentality of winning. So it was really great to see him not apologizing for being an American. And I was just like, yo, I need to look into it more.
You're obviously well informed. And you've been a part of so much when it comes to this president and moving things forward. You recently actually appeared at a Blexit event with Candace Owens. I want people to watch this.
I just want y'all to know this, man. No matter what you do in life, believe in yourself. It don't matter what anybody tells you, because look at me, tattoos everywhere, former gang member, done did the worst things in history you could even imagine. But the most beautiful thing about this country called America, I got an opportunity to right my wrongs.
Wow, that's really powerful. Do you feel like since 2016, your life has a new meaning, a new purpose?
At first I didn't look at it that way because I was just being myself. Yeah. But then when I started realizing the impact and the effect I'm having on people in my community and seeing their change in their thought process when it comes to Donald Trump, I know it's very important, because I need the people from my community to understand and see that it doesn't matter what you've done in your past. That's what makes America so great, that even though I used to be a gang member, even though I used to commit crimes that, I'm not proud of, but it allowed me to have the character I have today, to understand that background, so I could relate to the people that I come from in the same community. So, I think it's very important for them to see that, especially coming from who I am, knowing who I am, and especially in my hood, it's like, he did it? How did he do it? And it just comes from being positive and believing in yourself and not allowing what people have to say about you or your past to define you.
Yeah. No, it's so true. Do you feel like you're changing people's minds out there?
I just started feeling like that recently. Yeah. I don't like the hoopla, he's, a celebrity. I just think, or whatever they want to call me, I just look at it like, you know, I'm doing the job. You know what I'm saying? I'm following the path of Jesus. I don't know if that's cool to talk about that
That's
nowadays.
very cool to talk about.
Yeah, you
Absolutely.
know, so, you know, I just accepted Jesus into my life. So, you know, and I've always walked in his path in a sense. I just didn't know it.
Right.
You know, and, you know, Jesus didn't, he wasn't around the rich. He wasn't around the popular. He wasn't around the famous. He was around the no good people, the prostitutes, the pimps, the criminals, the thieves. So, and those are the people he wanted to touch. And that's the people that I want to touch and change their mentality.
That's amazing. But I do think that you actually represent a very real threat to the Democrats, because you are not what people, and you said it yourself, would expect a Republican to look like. You're very patriotic. You love this country. You fight every day for this country. But do you think that the Democrats and the left might be threatened by somebody like you?
Of course, because I make the Republican Party look cool. You know,
It's true.
We haven't looked cool in a long time. So, you know, I guess they look at it because, you know, that's what they do. They use hip hop stars and
they
celebrities to make it seem like it's cool to be a Democrat, not understanding that they're actually contributing to the worst economy we had, the worst educational system that we have in the black community. So, you know, like I could understand why they take me as a threat. I'm happy that they do, so they know.
You should take that as a compliment. By the way. That means you're doing something right, Kingface.
Yeah, it's an honor. Right? I mean, you know, they're shadow banning me continuously on social media. Yeah, big time.
They do this to everybody. That's so crazy.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you know.
It means you're doing something right, though, I think.
Yeah, we're going to keep doing the right thing.
Yeah, you got that. I mean, that's for sure. So you and I actually met for the first time.
Yes.
At our launch of our Black Voices for Trump coalition in Atlanta.
Yes, it was
and you had a T-shirt on, Kingface, that said "Orange is the new black."
Of course.
Tell me about this shirt, because it got a lot of attention.
Yeah, it got a lot of attention. I mean, I look at Donald Trump like the bro. You know, in our community, the bro is like family.
Yeah.
You know, I think he's the closest thing to a black president we've ever had, even though we had a black president in office. Because I look at it like this, being black is not just about a color, it's about who cares about you.
That's right.
So Donald Trump cares enough to help you not need him, meaning the government.
That's right.
That shows they care about you. When people don't care about you, they want to spoon feed you.
Yep.
It's a form of control so they can keep you in line, which what the Democratic Party has been doing to the black community for the last however long they've had that control. So when Donald Trump says that, listen, I want to invest in your guys' communities. I want to help your education. I want to make sure you have less crime in your community. And he's doing specific things that's directly affecting the black community. You got the jail reform, where 7,000 people have been released, 93% of black African Americans.
Yeah.
So, and there's people that just came home recently that I actually know personally.
Wow.
Because of the First Step Act. So it shows that he really cares. You know, since black people always want to say that, oh, the jail system is African American and it's all about, okay, well, he's freeing African Americans.
Yeah.
He's doing exactly what Abraham Lincoln did, which is free slaves.
Wow, that's so right. Millions of people off of food stamps under Donald Trump.
Millions.
And if we're talking about lessons learned from the Bible and old adages, you know, there is this old adage, you give a man a fish, he eats for a day. You teach a man to fish,
he eats forever.
He eats for life. And I mean, that is ultimately what this president is doing. And I actually, having known Donald Trump for as long as I have, I knew that this is what he would do for this country. And I fought so hard for him in 2016 because I knew that if people gave him a shot, he would do for this country what he's been able to do in business. And it's working. We see it every single day happening. And you actually met the president recently at a Black Leadership Summit event at the White House. And I did see a video you posted. The president commented on your suit.
Yeah.
How was the whole thing? Tell me about it.
It was electrifying. I mean, like, you know, if you go by the media, you would think it was just like, it wasn't an uproar. But when he first walked in, it like literally the uproar, the screams, the applause, it literally shook the whole White House.
Wow.
And I don't think people can understand the love that a lot of my community has for Donald Trump. That's
right. Well, you have been such an incredible supporter, and keep doing what you're doing every day. You are changing minds out there, truly.
Oh, I hope so.
And we really, on behalf of the campaign, the family, and the president, really appreciate your support. Kingface, thank you so much for being with us today.
It's an honor. Thank you.
If you too believe in the promise of America, just like Donald Trump, then anything is possible. That's the real news for today. If you'd like to get involved with Team Trump, go to DonaldJTrump.com or text Trump to 88022 to become part of our winning team in 2020. I'm Laura Trump from Studio 45 at Trump Tower in New York City. Thanks for joining us, everybody.